What's good, everybody? So I kind of wanted to talk about kind of a serious topic. I'm not here to be a hater, full warning. I just think there is a repeated pattern of behavior with some quality testing at Kuro games with Wuthering Waves that is resulting in events, and specifically combat events, that keep being pushed out and releasing it with either bugs or really bad balancing. And this has been now a common theme the past couple patches, the past couple combat events they've done, and it's no different this time. And this time it is a bug, okay? It's not a bouncing issue, it is a bug issue with Penitent's End. And this particular bug arises from something interesting. So in the second phase of this fight, you will fight Dragon of Dirge, for example. The problem with this, if you use all the stresses, all the stress modules, you have to use coordinated attacks in order to break the dragon, okay? You have to break the dragon with coordinated attacks, and then you have to, then you could deal, you know, all the damage to the dragon, and then it will die. Happy days. The problem is, if you do not kill the dragon the first time after it is broken, and it regains its break bar, there is a bug where sometimes, no matter how many coordinated attacks you do, the bug means that the bar won't break. It will take no vibrational damage. You won't be able to break the dragon again, effectively meaning you are nerfed 90% of your damage. Okay, you are nerfed 90% of your damage. Now, to some people like Selkie over here, he might think that is a fun challenge. To other people, that might appear frustrating, but it doesn't get rid of the fact that it is a bug and not as intended. It's not one of the stress modules. It's nothing like that. It is a bug and not as intended, and it can like ruin a run because sometimes it can take a while. Right? Maybe if you're using like a crappy team like I was using Aero Rover, I was using Mortifi, Verena. Mortifi is really good, by the way, for the whole coordinated attack break barring thing. And obviously it takes a little bit of time because I'm using bloody Aero Rover, and then suddenly, you know, 5 minutes go by and then all that goes to waste because I can't get rid of this bloody break bar the second time, right? So it's a little bit annoying, and it seems to be RNG when it happens, but mostly every single run basically will happen unless you kill it immediately on your first break. Okay, immediately on your first break. And I just had this feeling and this thought that I wanted to talk about. It's like every time we get a new combat event in Wuthering Waves, there is some like balancing issue or bug that just kind of frustrates people. You know, we just had Weewa be fixed, you know, with the token balancing. So many people, you know, couldn't utilize the tokens properly, weren't dealing nearly enough damage as they should have been doing to even have a chance at triple S-ing Weewa, right? And the devs outright said, yes, this was an issue, this was a mistake, this was our fault, right? That's happened. We also had issues not long ago with Tactical Simulacra, right? If you don't remember, let me refresh your memory what that looks like. People complained that, you know, in order to get max points, you had to do really dumb, retarded things in order to get the points, right? You just had to stand there and dodge, like do nothing and just dodge like for like 2 minutes in order to get max points to complete it. It's not a bug, but it was a, you know, a balancing problem that was just like, it just felt tedious. And then they fixed that in the later ones. So the problem, you know, it's not really that these game modes are inherently awful or badly designed or whatever it is. It's just a common theme at Kuro right now that they are not testing their combat events properly upon release. And I don't know how Kuro can make this game mode, put it to live, and not notice a very obvious run-ruining bug.
Burn! Let's do this another way.
Wind calls, waves follow.
It seems like it would be something people pick up on immediately. When I did it, it was blatantly obvious the first time I tried it that it was there. So it just begs the question, like, if everyone could see it so quickly, so clearly, so easily, what are the QA testers doing? What are the QA testers doing? And it's just happened so many times now where I'm at the point where it's like, okay, Kuro, we let you off so many times. Now it's actually becoming like a repeated pattern that needs to like stop, you know? That needs to like stop or be addressed or like something else, because this ain't it. And again, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm purely trying to provide some feedback, some critical feedback to the game, because I love, you know, Wuthering Waves right now. I think it's in a really, really, really good spot. This event is actually quite fun. I'll be so admitted, this event is really, really fun, which is why it's so frustrating to have little things like this constantly and all these in all these combat events that keep coming up, that's like, it just takes the edge off it a bit. It makes me go, damn, it's not a huge deal. I still completed the damn thing, right? I still completed the damn thing, but it's like, where is the quality? Where is the last second checks that are so easy to like spot, right? That's so easy to spot. And I'm just like, okay, well, I think now is the time where I'm going to include this in the feedback of their surveys, right? And I think everybody else should too, right? Next time we get a new feedback survey for Wuthering Waves, we should be including, hey, you know, I would like better QA testing on combat events before they go live to check for the balancing. Because sometimes it feels like these people are playing with bloody like S6 characters off rip and testing it out rather than like testing it with a normal team or a free-to-play team or whatever it is. Just like some, like even like one person, even like just one person just to double check everything. Because like at this point, it's like, you know, Wuwa already has the nickname Buggering Waves, right? It already has the nickname Buggering Waves, and it's unfortunate, but it's kind of true, right? It's kind of true, you know? It's just a little bit of a problem. So that's really all I have to say on this. Again, I'm not trying to hate, but there is just this one problem that needs to be addressed because reoccurring patterns aren't okay, right? Reoccurring patterns aren't okay, and this is one I would rather not have in Wuwa. Because the combat, Wuwa is all about the combat. The combat in Wuwa is what sets it apart from all these other gacha games, and it's the most fun thing to do, right? It is basically the whole game. And to have it constantly have issues every patch that people talk about, fuck. Like, I don't want people to talk badly about it. You know, I want it to always be perfect and come out and it's balanced and that's it. But there is someone who needs to work on the numbers here a bit. There is someone who needs to work a little bit more on the numbers, a little bit more on the balancing, and a little bit more on the testing before these things go out. So that's really it. But I appreciate, again, this is not to hate. I'm not here just to spread hate, but to give like honest, critical feedback. And Wuwa does have a quality issue in their events right now. Okay, when it comes to balance. And when it comes to bugs. So that's really all I have to say. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think. If you think this is fair criticism, if you think I'm barking up the wrong tree, and you're like, oh, what's the point in doing this? Why even mention this? It's like nothing in the long run. Respectfully, that is toxic positivity. Okay? Not talking about it and being like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Just put, why are you making a video? Just put it in the survey. My job as a WooCC is to point out the things that I think aren't okay and to make people aware of practices I don't think is good because I don't want to indulge with toxic positivity, okay? I don't want to indulge in that. So again, I would just like this fixed. Just as a quick, you know, before I get into this, Kuro has done the devs listen moment and immediately fixed this bug, which is pretty good, pretty thumbs up because bugs are pretty easy to fix rather than balancing issues. Balancing issues are way more complicated and take more time. So I'm glad they fixed this pretty quickly, but it still sets the precedent that they keep releasing events with bugs or balancing issues in the first place. And the fact that you even get to put to the live like game itself is really more of the problem what I want to talk about. So again, not trying to do this out of hate or to make any kind of drama. I'm just doing this purely to, you know, raise awareness of a pattern of behavior we're kind of seeing with combat events right now. But that's really it. But devs listen!